deals with God. Jesus told Peter, Peter, at that time he called him Simon, Simon, the devil has asked the Father permission to put you through the grinder, through the mill. And I ask the Father not to let you lose your faith. Once you go through this, you have to go and testify to your brothers. You notice how the devil is used by God? It's a mystery. Who can explain this? But he's used by God. So, when we understand temptations, then we understand that the devil will come and tempt us. He will tempt us. But that's all he can do. And in order to tempt us, he has to ask for permission to tempt us. And when God gives the devil permission to tempt us, God gives us also the strength not to fall into temptation if we want to. So he will never take us by surprise, unarmed. God will only allow the devil to tempt us against the powers we have to defend ourselves. That means he will not let us tempt us in a way that we are not able to defend ourselves. We'll never allow that. So every time we fall because we wanted. We wanted to fall. We did it on purpose. We consciously did it. No one sins innocently. No one. There's no such a thing. It's not possible. So therefore, everyone that goes to hell because they chose hell. I experienced hell because I chose hell in my life. I was aware that I was doing wrong all the time. I was completely aware. And you notice every time we do something wrong, we know we did. It doesn't matter how jaded you are already by sinning, because the more we do or perform a sin, we end up not seeing it as a sin any longer. You know, people that live in common law, that fornicate or live in adulterous life, they end up thinking it's nothing wrong with it. They end up thinking it's true love. And they even demand that, and they even get upset. It's like homosexuals when they live together and they pretend to have some kind of marriage. They end up thinking it's good because they seek to love each other. And they pretend to change the laws of God. You see, it's not possible to change the laws of God. No matter how much human beings try to accommodate the law of God because of the decadent world we live today. But no one can change it. No one can change, and don't let anybody fool you, because the law of God cannot be changed. That's why St. Paul says, even if an angel from heaven comes and changes one word of the law of God, he will be cursed, he will be put to the fire. Let him be God to be put through the fire. And it's cursed, it's damned. No one can change it. And today we see so many modern theologians pretending to tell us that homosexuality is normal, that people are born homosexuals, that living in common law is normal. God loves us and knows us. And if we love each other, that's fine. We are okay. That's not true. It's absolutely not true. And I'm telling you this not because I'm a theologian or religious science expert. I'm telling you this because I have seen what happens when we die. So nobody can take it away from me. I don't care who comes and tells me otherwise. They cannot change me because I have seen it. I have seen it. I have lived it. It's nothing I'm making up, because what I'm sharing with you, no human being taught me. It was taught to me by the Lord Himself. And I live this personally. So I testify to you that I have seen the fallen armies. Not only I have seen them, I still see them. I know there is a hell. And I know there is a danger to go there. I know there is an army of God that is much more powerful and numerous than the fallen army. But they are helpless if we do not agree with God. They can do nothing for us. It's like when you have a good dad, you know, your dad is a good one and wealthy, and he wants to have you to have a good education, He wants you to be a good person, to be a good citizen, a good father, or a good mother, and a good brother, or a good sister, a good son, or a good daughter, and you just don't do it. You just don't do it. You just don't use what has been given to you, and you go against your parents, against love, against forgiveness, and against goodness in general. There's nothing your dad can do for you. There's nothing anybody can do for you if you go against it. And that's our life. Our life on earth is a spiritual warfare, whether you like it or not. A lot of people today live a religious life, but they don't want to deal with the spiritual side of it. And you know why they don't want to become spiritual? Because they don't want to deal with the spirits. They want to live in denial. So they rather don't speak about it. And many people walk away from my talk saying, oh, that guy's too heavy. I mean, who wants to know about this? Why should we speak about the devil? Why should we speak about sin all the time? Why should we speak about what's going to happen when we die? I mean, get a life. That's not need. I mean, I don't need to hear this. I'd rather be at peace and go to this beautiful preacher back there that speaks only about the blood of Christ and the triumph of the Spirit and resurrection. Hallelujah. I mean, praise the Lord like this. But I don't want to hear all of this. Well, I say it's very common to hear that. But I tell you, because I love you, and I sincerely do, the Lord taught me how to love people. And you know how I love you? Because I have seen what not loving does. And I don't want to be an unloving human being. Because I have seen where we go when we do not love. And that's why I love you. And it's sad to say that, because I wish I would love you because I will learn love in a different way. But I had to learn about love when I found out I was not loving anyone, and I ended up in the most unloving place, which was hell. And that's why I love you, because I cannot conceive my life in any other way but loving, because it's the only way to live, loving and forgiving. So unloving an unloving life is a disaster. You see, I have to, every time I see somebody that I'm not able to love, you know how you see people that you don't even know and you're not able to love? Because of whatever reasons. You know, you see somebody, you're not able to love that person. You don't even know that person. So every time I see that, I don't let it pass by. I go, Lord, I want to love this person. And I want to forgive whatever is stopping me from loving this person. I don't even know this person, I'm not liking this person. Why? I should love this person and forgive this person, and I'm working on this all the time, because it is the most important thing to do. You cannot let that go by, because it will be present in your economy. You see, your soul economy. And the worst thing, the hardest thing to do is to love those that hurt you, those that hate you, those that despise you. People that you know they slander you. People that you know they will do anything to hurt you and destroy you. How could you love them? Well, that is the biggest test. You want to become spiritual and you want to overcome demons and get them away from you? Love them. You know why? Because you exercise yourself. Every time you don't love somebody, you have a bad spirit on your side with you. See, they come with us and they get you in front of you, and they get you there and make sure you hate that person. You despise that person. Because by you doing that, you buy what they sell, what they sell. So you buy what they brought to you. You buy spirits of hatred. You see, when you hate and despise people, you buy spirits of hatred. And it's a spirit, it's not an idea, it's not a feeling, it's a spirit. And they are with you, they go with you everywhere. So they teach you, you hate this one, you accept this one, and they get you to just welcome those that help you and love you and do good to you. Hate those that don't like you, don't do good to you, just hate, despise them. So you live a life that is a disaster. A life that is only bringing about disasters spiritually. And as you know, I'm only speaking in spiritual language. This is not related to a regular human life on the ground where there is no relationship with God.